Super Dave here with another review.
Thundercats, ho! It's Super Dave here, excited about this one. This is another Thundercats action figure Ultimates Super 7 review, and this time we have a bad guy slash good guy, but mostly a good guy. He's really not with the mutants. He's certainly not with Mumra. You don't even see them in most of these two episodes that Quick Pick stars in, but that's exactly who we're going to be looking at today. It is Quick Pick, and he is looking dynamic here. Now, this is exactly what he looks like in the cartoon, and he is a pickpocket, and he is a criminal, and he's in prison. And of course, Mandora. Matter of fact, it's the episode 10 in season 1 that you first see him, but where you really get to know Quick Pick is in the episode entitled Mandora and the Pirates. And that's right, none other than Captain Cracker is in that episode with Polly, and boil him in oil. Boil him in oil. But he is exceptional in that episode, and you get to know Quick Pick because he teams up with Lion-O.
Anyway, you've got that sword. The Eye of Thundera cannot be activated here because of the magnetic field.
To help Lion-O, get out of the space station slash prison, jail place, whatever you call it, where they were at to round up the bad guys as Mandora's trying to arrest all of them that have escaped. Quick Pick is one of them that has escaped, but since he ends up helping Lion-O and Mandora ultimately, he ends up being, I guess, awarded the ability to become a deputized law enforcer. So Lion-O ends that episode talking about letting Quick Pick, or Mandora does, letting Quick Pick even ride on the electrocharger.
But with their head start, you'll never catch them.
Wrong. The electrocharger will catch them easily.
I was afraid of that.
And so Quick Pick really is more of a good guy, or at least he's palling up with whoever is winning at the moment. So anyway, he comes around. Let's go ahead and look at his box. Look at that artwork back there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we get his cool orange blanket that he used in that episode of Mandora and the Pirates, but we'll see. But it looks like he's got it wrapped around him there, so maybe you can use it. We'll see. There is his bio. If you'd like to pause and read that now, you certainly can. But let's go ahead and break open this exceptional looking action figure and check him out over here in the forest of Third Earth, just yards away from the mountains rather, of Cat's Lair, and check him out.
We turn right. Or left. Hurry! Make up your mind!
And it is the electrocharger coming from Cat's Lair, getting ready to try and come and arrest. That's right, Quick Pick. So let's first take a look at his accessories before he gets arrested. And our Quick Pick comes with 4 sets of mechanical tweezer hands. He comes with a set equipped that are pinched closed. Then he comes with a variable set, open and then slightly pinched. And then he comes with a set that are partially open. And then this is the mystery about the whole thing. he comes with a set that are actually hinged. The other ones are not hinged. So I'm not really sure why we didn't just get the hinge set, period. I don't know, but that's cool. Both of these are hinged. They actually have hinges, so you can put them in any position you want. Now, this one I also noticed has a little bit of an angle to it, like it's tilted. But other than that, you can see the differences there, and very, very unique and very cool looking, and very authentic to this specific action figure. And this quick pick is definitely very unique. He comes with 3 unique head sculpts. This one where his mouth is closed with his cool artistic looking hat, and then this one with his mouth slightly open and his antenna showing. And then you can also have his hat in his hand, he can hold it, or his pinchers. And then another head sculpt with his mouth fully open wearing his hat. And then he comes with Snarf's purse that he had swiped. He comes with a key that he swiped, because remember, he's a pickpocket. And that rounds out all of his accessories, except he does have a soft goods scarf, which kind of looks like the blanket type thing that he used for that charging rhino type creature that was in that episode that he was in. So very interesting and very unique character. This long trench coat is plastic and is also very unique, but that rounds out his accessories. Now let's take a look at our quick picks. Articulation. And bringing our quick pick on in here, I have to say he is a very impressive looking action figure. So unique and just interesting in so many ways. I just think he's cool. Now, I want to show you as we get ready to look at the articulation very quickly. Just pop out this one here and go ahead and equip one of the pinchers that are articulated, that are hinged, because not only is it articulated, but I also wanted to show you that that also allows it to tilt up and down. So you can make it a vertical hinge or turn it this way and make it a horizontal hinge. So that is interesting characteristic of this particular fella, that you can equip those. Now, going on to the articulation, he's able to look up an excellent amount. He's able to look down an excellent amount and looks so regal doing it. And check this out. Excellent pivot. Unlike, I believe, any we have ever seen in any Ultimates figure. Wow. Just look at that. And of course, he can turn side to side. So, bravo, Super 7. You may have finally figured out something. Now, this has a big ball joint up in there. Oh, and it actually came off up inside the head. Let's see. Yep, that's not supposed to happen. Whoops. It's not good. So that's kind of odd. But anyway, this ball joint is just phenomenal. Oh man, it will not stay in there. That's not supposed to happen. Well, that's interesting. But anyway, we will look at that here in just a few minutes. But I'm just telling you, that is an amazing amount of head articulation. All right, let's go ahead to the arms. He will be able to get full 360. He's going to be able to strike better than a T pose. Those arms are going more like a Y pose there. He also has bicep swivel, even though on this side it is a sleeve. And that bicep is more of a sleeve, not really a bicep, but it's in that area, of course. Same on this side, but it's a lot narrower. It looks like the sleeve was ripped off. There's that bolt that I think they were unscrewing in the show.
He's quick pick here, and told he's an old friend, a reformed man, or I'll literally take this one-time king of the pickpockets apart.
You can't threaten the law.
Oh, please, sir, I'm right-handed. Oh.
They were using a wrench and were trying to take him apart and were unscrewing that bolt. That's interesting that they really allowed that to be a bolt in the sense of its shape and it's standing out, a nut standing out there. That's cool. Of course, single jointed elbows like is typical with Ultimates, but also has the, if I'm holding the bicep swivel, also has the swivel at the elbow. Let's check and see if this one does as well. Yes, this one has the single jointed elbow and the swivel as well. And I've already shown you the tweezers on that side, tweezer hands, and this is of course just a static one, but it will turn, but it will not pivot up and down, and it will not open. These are actually sealed shut. That it's actually a mold and it's sealed, so you cannot pry this open, whereas all the other ones can be. All right, going on ahead inside of here, where his robotic type body, he is only going to be able to rotate. He does not really have the ability, even if you go under his trench coat, you're not really going to get more than that bending forward and only really sitting up. So he doesn't really crunch forward or sit back any, just able to stand forward really in that sense. No side to side, it's very rigid there, but he will turn, so that's cool. Now he does get full splits with those legs. He gets a nice thigh rotation, which is very generous. He's going to be able to kick up about that much before it begins to crimp and pinch his diaper. They call it in action figures, or little crotch area here, and then so you can see it'll go about that far. And then he has single jointed knees. It would have been very easy to have hid a double hinge here, but of course they would have been inconsistent. So I know Brian Flynn likes to be consistent, but he still has the boot cut and the knee rotation there. So that is a single jointed knee and has boot cut and knee rotation. Now he's got those small little feet with a heel, but he gets about that much, not quite tiptoe, kind of hits this back piece here and then goes up all the way, and then has excellent rockers with the peg hole in the front on this particular character. So that's interesting to note. And at first glance, I'll be honest with you, even though this is supposed to be a robot, this guy reminds me of either a cricket or a praying mantis. I'm not sure which is supposed to be, other than the fact that he's a robot, but that just, I don't know, he's got amphibian looking traits to me. Tell me who you think, you think he looks like in form of creature. But this guy, not only, he's an obscure enough character, not only could he work with Thundercats, but he could also be, in my world, my universe, a character that could work as an extra or a part of the crowd in the Motu universe and Eternia. Because as we saw in the Netflix series, and even on Filmation to a certain degree, there's just so many different type of species and different looking characters on Eternia that I think you could use this guy for sure, no problem. All right, let me see if I can fix that neck ball joint situation so we can try on the other heads. Okay, we got his head fixed. Had to glue it a little bit because there was not a break, but a slit in the place where it comes together on the side. So every time I would try to remove the other one, the head, it would pop the ball joint out. You can see that slit right there ever so closely there, but I did glue one side of it. But only bad thing about that is it does limit, I notice, as far as this head, him being able to look up as much without it popping that open. That explains why he was getting so much, because it was literally, it's literally popping a gap in the plastic there. Don't want it to break, but that does allow mine to look up a little better. Otherwise it would stop right there. It would only look basically straight ahead, but he still gets excellent downward motion, still gets really good head pivot as well. And that's just an adorable face sculpt for this character. It would have been very easy for them to have done an articulated jaw here, but of course, again, consistency, they didn't do that. But it is cool nonetheless. Love the antennae, just love his overall look. It's just really cute. And then look, with the articulated or hinged tweezers, he can hold his hat, and he can gesture with this hand, and he can have a conversation and talk to someone. So that is just really neat. Like this head sculpt, looking sharp, looking cool. Yes, Lionel, I do need some help there, good sir. Help me, help me. I promise I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. That's my, I guess, Cary Grant grasshopper. And then there's this head sculpt, which will allow him to look up, like I said, just straight ahead, unless you make, if yours has the same issue mine does, it will allow a little bit more. And then he's able to look down a really good amount with this third head. He's able to get excellent head tilt and pivot expressions, and he'll look side to side. So, and I really like this too, because his mouth pretty much is all the way open in this one for the most part. It's open more than with the other one, and it's neat. And then look, see, he's holding Snarf's little purse, and Snarf's like, Snarf, Snarf, my purse! He swiped my purse! Don't fret, old chap. I just found it lying around. Don't you know that the one who finds is the one who keeps? Snarf, Snarf, that's not the way it works on Thundera, Mr. Cricket Dude. Alright, so he's got Snarf's little purse. So guess what? We can have Snarf, I guess here in the sense, reunited with his special little purse type thing here. Let's see if I can get it on him here. Just use this hand for now. So that is cool. Look, he's got his purse back. So that, oh, so he's got his purse back. That's really cool. But yeah, this quick pick looks amazing. And with the exception of the little neck issue that I had, QC issue, and by the way, this scarf is wired, so you can get it to blow in different directions and to pose it around. So that's also cool. That is really nice to know. So that's part of the articulation and the accessories. But yeah, this guy is just sharp. I mean, he's probably the most unique action figure I have ever seen. They were so creative on Rankin Bass back in that 1985. Like I said, this was on episode 10, and then I forget the number, but also the episode entitled Mandora and the Pirates. But Quick Pick was a good guy, ended up being a good guy, even though he was a criminal in the sense that he was a master of not only being a thief, thievery, but also a master of being able to escape. And I guess maybe this was the key, perhaps, that he used to get out of his jail cell. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it again. But see, he can even hold that. So that is cool. Neat. And even look down at it. I say thou, chap, I do have the key. We can all get out of here. And now, let's do some comparisons. And now looking at Quick Pick next to Captain Cracker and Polly the Parrot, the mechanical parrot, and they're just looking dynamic here next to each other. And Lion-O, the deluxe retail version that Super 7 has just released with the really pale skin, and I'm not that happy about his face, but everything else is pretty awesome about him actually. Just not, I don't like his face that much, and I don't like the pale skin, but his articulation is good. We've looked at him, and look, Snarf can hold his purse in that hand, but Lion-O is like, Snarf, where is the Sword of Omens? I can't find the Sword of Omens. Snarf, snarf, I bet it's that pickpocket. He got my purse so easily. I bet he's got that sword. Pickpocket, huh? Well, let's ask him. After him. Then they catch up to him, and our leading man here, they approach him and say, "Quick Pick, do you have my Sword of Omens?" "Yes, my dear chap. How did you know? I have it right here. I just couldn't resist taking a closer look at this magnificent sword. But here it is, my good chap, and not even harmed a bit. Here you go." "Well, I appreciate that, Quick Pick, but on Third Earth and among the Thundercats' code of honor, we do not take that which does not belong to us." "Well, no offense there, old boy. I promise not to do it again. You tend to lift a lot that doesn't belong to you. Snarf, snarf, snarf." All right. All of you get the point? Quick Pick is a pickpocket, and if you're not careful and if you don't have your eyes on your valuables, they might just go missing. But yeah, this guy is just so cool. Let's look at him alongside some other action figures. I do say, what a beautiful specimen. What is her name? I am Willow. I am Willow of the Forest of Third Earth. And I am Mandora, and I have come to arrest you, Quick Pick, and I even brought my oversized handcuffs so I can arrest you right now. My dear man, don't you know I would be a better fit on the same side as you are of the bars instead of behind bars? I could be a great ally to you and maybe even ride on your electrocharger over my dead body. You are a thief, and I have been chasing you across the galaxy. Law and order are my code. I can see that, my dear ma'am, and I am so sorry for any trouble I may have caused you, but I promise I'll never do it again. And here he is beside the ultimate Lion-O and our ultimate Chitara. And he's looking really good next to these as well. So cool. And here is our Quick Pick, who is fascinated with He-Man. I say, I have always wanted to meet you, He-Man. It is so nice to come into your acquaintance. And who is this lovely lady next to you? And He-Man introduces our Quick Pick to the Revolution Teela, the Sorceress Teela. And this is also the Revolution He-Man Buck with a Mattel Motu Classics vintage head sculpt attached. And then guess what I drug out? Lizard Man, because that's kind of the closest thing I could think of that this Quick Pick reminded me of, Lizard Man. So there's a quick comparison of a Motu Classics Lizard Man next to Quick Pick. But as you see, he would fit in great among the Eternians. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review. It's been a lot of fun taking a look at this Quick Pick on this beautiful set on Third Earth with the Electrocharger and Mandora and Captain Cracker and all the gang here, just to kind of initiate this new character and new figure that I am just a big fan of. He is probably one of the most impressive as far as his functions and his accessories and his look of the whole wave. Even though he may not be the most popular, most well known in the wave, this wave, I think he's the highlight of the wave as far as his design. So thank you again for joining us. Be blessed. Come back and see us soon. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.